On the evening of September 15th, Yoko sent shockwaves through the fan community when she unexpectedly went live on her personal TikTok. But what surprised everyone wasn't the sudden live stream, it was the person sitting next to her. Grace, one of 9star's newbies. From that moment on, it seemed that YokoGrace had officially been introduced as a carefully curated couple by the company. A public couple push live stream, the strategy couldn't be clearer. The live stream lasted around 30 minutes and took place in a familiar setting, believed to be inside 9star's headquarters. Yoko happily enjoyed her current favorite meal, cold noodles with salmon sashimi, while casually chatting with Grace. But what fans clearly saw was this. The livestream was a deliberate move to publicly push the couple, marking another step in the company's plan to build up YokoGrace. For nearly 9 months, 9star's newbies had barely received any official debut or spotlight, with only one strategy in play: leveraging Yoko's popularity to carry the new generation. From concert to livestream, Grace is being aggressively pushed. For those who've been following closely, it's clear that Grace has been repeatedly placed alongside Yoko. July 26th, Yoko's birthday concert. Grace appeared as part of the guest lineup with other newbies. September 2nd. Attended the LGBTQ+ film festival together. September 15th. Grace officially joined Yoko in a side-by-side TikTok livestream. Choosing Grace and no one else has sparked rumors that she is in fact the rumored girlfriend of Seo. This would explain her special treatment, and she's also believed to be the very reason behind the breakup of the FayeYoko couple. Awkward chemistry masked as a carefully constructed couple. Throughout the livestream, Grace was the one initiating most of the conversation, asking Yoko about food, travel, and her favorite places. Yoko responded politely and moderately, as if simply fulfilling her professional duty, rather than engaging in natural, friendly banter. It's puzzling how someone like Grace, who lacks visual appeal, acting talent, vocal ability, and shows stiff, unnatural body language on camera, could be selected by the CEO to be paired with Yoko. The real question is this a genuine strategy, or just sheer desperation from the management team? Grace mentioned that she had known Yoko since Songkran, but their interactions suggested little to no closeness, certainly not the kind of bond expected from close friends, let alone a compatible on-screen pairing. It was quite evident that Yoko was being placed in a position where she had no choice but to interact with Grace, and this livestream clearly served as an unofficial launch. The goal? To introduce Grace as Yoko's potential new half in a future GL project. The entire livestream was staged to craft the image of a couple. Grace consistently acted attentive, warm, and proactively engaged with Yoko. At one point, she even carefully picked out pieces of seaweed from Yoko's bowl, knowing Yoko doesn't like them, in an effort to appear like a thoughtful life partner. They continued chatting about travel, during which Yoko casually mentioned wanting to visit Korea again because her previous trip with Gigi was so fun, a comment that inadvertently highlighted fond memories with someone else, creating a subtle comparison. One particularly cringeworthy moment for fans came when Yoko fed a piece of salmon to Grace. At the end of the livestream, Yoko wrapped her arm around Grace and said goodbye, as if sealing the image of a freshly baked couple in the eyes of the viewers. However, no matter how hard they tried, the interaction felt unnatural and lacked any real chemistry. Viewers could easily sense the awkwardness and staging behind the entire broadcast. An objective evaluation of the new pairing, YokoGrace. The company's direction for Yoko is now crystal clear. After introducing Grace at 2 public events, they have taken the next step by pushing a romantic image through their first intimate livestream together. All signs point to one conclusion: YokoGrace is the new couple handpicked by management to replace the image of FayeYoko in the near future. However, based on what we've seen so far, while Grace may be a specially favored figure, she also happens to be the biggest trigger behind the months-long boycott that has lasted over 9 months. The fan backlash didn't come without reason. On acting ability, not fit for a leading role. Let's revisit Blank, the series that elevated Yoko to a new level. Anyone who watched it knows the show's success was largely due to Faye's leading performance, backed by her solid acting skills, strong emotional delivery, and ability to carry the narrative. Thanks to this, Yoko, who had experience in acting since childhood but never had a breakout role, finally had the chance to shine alongside Faye. Without an experienced, emotionally in-sync co-star like Faye, it's doubtful that Yoko could handle a psychologically complex or emotionally intense role on her own. An objective assessment of Yoko's acting at this stage would be 6/10. She shows potential, but needs the right partner to truly excel. As for Grace, she has virtually no acting foundation to speak of. No experience, stiff expressions, and a timid, insecure presence on camera. If given a role requiring emotional depth or chemistry-driven interaction, she would undoubtedly be out of her depth. And Yoko, still developing her own craft, wouldn't be able to carry the team the way Faye once carried her. Grace's acting rating, 1/10. Overall acting potential of YokoGrace as a couple, not capable of leading a series. On visuals and performance skills. Yoko, strong visuals, photogenic face, decent vocals, good dancing ability, fluent in English, well-suited for international markets. Rating, 9/10. Grace, weak vocals, stiff dancing, forgettable visuals, lacks screen presence and cannot speak English. In the recent livestream, it was obvious she couldn't say a single sentence in English at one point. She even had to whisper into Yoko's ear asking her to translate, to which Yoko politely declined. Rating, 2/10. The GL market in 2025. The game has changed, there's no room for luck anymore. After watching the two most talked about GL series right now, Affair and Harmony Secret starring Luke Sonia, I've come to see the current landscape of Thailand's GL industry much more clearly. Rewinding to Blank, a success built mostly on luck. Blank is often credited as the series that launched FayeYoko into fame, but upon closer inspection, luck played a major role. It aired at a time when there were no real competitors, making it easy to stand out. It had Faye, a trump card in every sense, strong acting, striking visuals, and a wide industry network that brought in a high-quality supporting cast. The first season of Blank was weak. The script was subpar, costume design was average, color grading was flat, and many scenes lacked proper production value. That's why most of Season 2 had to be res hot before it was finally accepted by viewers. But most importantly, the series succeeded because of the sweet interaction and explosive chemistry between Faye and Yoko, something that Faye herself initiated and led Yoko into. 2025. The GL arena is now a full-scale war. Today's GL market has entered a fiercely competitive phase, with rising couples who are equally matched in looks, talent, and backed by well-funded companies. Take Harmony Secret, currently the #1 GL series, as a prime example. Luke Sonia is a well-balanced pairing from height and charisma to acting ability. They uplift each other, unlike the obvious imbalance seen in YokoGrace. The production quality is top-tier. Cinematic color grading, artistic camera work, thoughtfully designed costumes, and catchy original soundtracks. Most importantly, behind them is a professional team with a clear, strategic media plan. So what does 9star have left? A company that's severely understaffed, no in-house production team, and no external partners willing to collaborate. Even their drama airing schedules are inconsistent and late. There's no media team, no branding strategy, nothing. And Wanwan, the one making all the decisions, still seems to believe that simply producing a series will let them get lucky again like they did with Blank. YokoGrace can't compete. In an industry where the standards have been raised across the board, from acting and storytelling to visual design and marketing, pushing out a couple like YokoGrace is a highly risky move. The issue isn't just the imbalance between the two actresses, but the entire support ecosystem behind them is far too weak. The 2025-2026 gallons market is no longer a space where you can just shoot and go viral. Every move now requires precision, coordination, and strategic investment. Everyone moves on, each on their own path. Though it's bittersweet, each person must continue their own journey. Those who once loved FayeYoko may still watch from afar, but in today's GL industry, success can't rely on nostalgia or emotions. It must come from real talent and a strategy that fits the times.